Now on Sunrise and streaming on crossroadstoday.com. Breaking overnight, Russia launches more strikes on Ukraine hours after ceasefire talks. And a murder in Galveston leads to an arrest in Goliad. We'll share what tipped off local law enforcement. Plus, firework explosions continue across the country. We have the latest on a search in California after a facility exploded.
Take a look at a few rain showers today in and around the region currently, north of Victoria. Nothing too heavy, but the heavy stuff is well to the north and west. Floating conditions, very much so, from about Kerrville to Brady, Texas, to San Angelo, headed that way. Be careful. Wait till a better day, as would be my advice. For us here, the hot temperatures will continue. We'll take a look at that forecast coming up.
And the Generals and the Houston Astros look to get big-time wins in big matchups there from last night. We'll highlight both of these teams later on in sport.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning, Crossroads, and happy 4th of July. It is Friday.
That it is. And a special Friday at that.
It is a very special Friday. Hope that y'all are going to be safe. Don't pop those fireworks within the city limits. That is very dangerous, and you can get in big trouble.
You can, yes.
Let the professional handle it. We've got an event at the community center, and Patriot Park will open at 8 p.m.
That's from 8 p.m. until midnight. Of course, there'll be people there to make sure nothing gets out of control fire-wise, but you go out there and pop your own fireworks and have a good time.
Have a good time. And Trey, we're not so independent from these hot temps, are we?
Yes, we're still not independent from that. We're independent from other things, but not hot temperatures around here. And look at the sun's up in the atmosphere. See a few clouds there in the distance, 78 degrees. Some of these clouds producing some rainfall, especially north of Victoria. I'll show you here momentarily. And feel like temperature 81 degrees on the outside, 96% humidity, very warm and humid. Here, fireworks forecast. Speaking of fireworks, let the pros do it, is my advice. And you can see that definitely down at the community center coming up tonight. 9:30 is the start off time. 80 degrees expected at that time, mostly clear skies and humid. So enjoy the fireworks and dress cool. Definitely going to be warm and sticky out there with that high humidity. And a few rain showers today, kind of hit and miss around the region today, of course. Keep that in mind, not anything lasting too long. Briefly over your neighborhood, then it passes on through. Maybe another one following that before too much longer after the first one moves on through. But you see, not very widespread at all. Kind of hit and miss. What about the forecast for next week? Hot temperatures headed our way, even more so than we have now, quite a bit more. We'll take a look at that forecast coming up a little bit later on.
Russian strikes hit several locations across Ukraine's capital, Kyiv, overnight. The strikes come hours after President Donald Trump said he made no progress toward a ceasefire deal during a phone call with his Russian counterpart, Vladimir Putin. 8 people were wounded in the hours-long attack. In recent weeks, Russia has launched near-nightly air attacks on Ukraine involving hundreds of missiles and drones. The strikes come as the Trump administration pauses some weapons shipments to Ukraine. A truck that was found abandoned Thursday morning in the Andrew Wester area is now part of a homicide investigation out of Galveston. With a warrant, Goliad County deputies arrested 29-year-old Giovanni Rodriguez Thursday. He now faces 5 charges in Goliad County, including criminal trespass, unlawful possession of a weapon, and motor vehicle theft. Authorities say Galveston police are in Goliad to interview the suspect on a homicide charge and to recover the truck. The reported murder happened Wednesday night in Galveston. A Victoria woman is furious about rising grass on a neighboring piece of property. The grass is so tall, it's almost over the fence line. Victoria resident Stephanie Hartgrove is dealing with roaches, rodents, and snakes, all because of the overgrown grass from the adjacent piece of property. The 64-year-old says she only maintains the lawn on her property, which includes the front of her house to the end of the light pole.
Think about it being you, and you have the ability and the authority to do something about it, and you don't look at it as seriously as I look at it. Do unto others as you have them do unto you. Do your job.
She says she once tried to cut the grass on the adjacent property herself, but ended up injuring herself in the process. We've reached out to the City of Victoria to see what steps Hartgrove can take moving forward. And that leads us to your viewer poll. You can scan the QR code right there on your screen to take part. We want to know, have you ever dealt with overgrown property? All right, let's take a look. 72% of you say yes, and 28% of you say no. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to take part in our viewer poll. At least 4 people are dead as the result of a shooting in downtown Chicago Wednesday night. Sources say the shooting happened as people were leaving a nightclub following an album release party for a rapper. Police say a dark vehicle drove past and fired shots into the crowd. 2 men and 2 women were transported to local hospitals, and several others suffered injuries as well. The 4th of July holiday is off to a dangerous start in several parts of the country. Here's ABC's Allison Cossack with more.
The porch sat about like right here.
As Americans celebrate July 4th, several dangerous fireworks mishaps across the country. Police near Knoxville say kids were shooting off bottle rockets when this home went up in flames. The fireworks landing near a propane tank.
It's material. The most important things are okay. The children.
This explosion in Southern California turning deadly. Authorities say fireworks in this garage of this Simi Valley home triggered the blast, killing at least 1 person. And outside Oakland, 2 people left in critical condition after police say illegal fireworks exploded.
The head of the family was on the floor bleeding, and there was a lot of smoke, and I saw their son crying, panicking.
And outside Sacramento, authorities are set to begin a recovery effort to find 7 people unaccounted for after this fireworks warehouse exploded on Tuesday. Sayana Ruiz says her boyfriend was working inside at the time, his first day on the job.
I'm just praying to God some way, somehow, that, that they're okay.
The 2 were expecting their first child. Junior Melendez, the father of an 11-month-old boy, also among the missing, according to his family. One expert says tougher safety protocols are needed at facilities like these, suggesting protocols used by the military to store explosives.
They were stored in bunkers underground and in limited quantities so that if an explosion happened in one, it wouldn't spread to the others, and have spacing between those locations to prevent things from spreading like it did in this case.
Allison Cossack, ABC News, New York.
U.S. businesses could soon learn the tariff rate they'll have to pay for certain imports. President Donald Trump says he's sending determination letters to countries, likely starting today. He says rates will range from 10 or 20% or 60 to 70%. Trump's so-called reciprocal tariff pause is set to end Wednesday. The president says tariffs bring in revenue. The Federal Reserve Chair says they contributed to the Fed's recent decisions not to lower rates. The president says collection of most of the new tariffs will begin August 1st. Remember, follow us on YouTube, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click that notification bell. The time now, let's get a look at our clock up here. It is 6:38 on our Friday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up next on 25 News Now Sunrise. The U.S. added over 100,000 jobs in June. We'll show you what areas are growing and what's declining.
I'm ABC's Perry Russell in Washington. President Trump signing his One Big Beautiful Bill into law today. He says it will turn the country into a rocket ship. That story coming up.
Rain showers currently around the Crossroads region, most notably near Cuero and just north of Victoria, near the Mission Valley area. Bigger rains to our north and northwest staying out there. What's the rain chance for us today and this weekend? We'll take a look coming up.
You can expect on Community Crossroads, meet a local military hero, Gary Moses night at the ballpark, and vintage planes will take over the Refugio Airport.
And it's going to bring a lot more people in than just the counties that we live in. So that's what it's mostly for. We're trying to bring everybody together and kind of just celebrate this fun event that's going to be free for all.
Good morning, good morning. Temperatures, we'll concentrate on that, are definitely going up in a pretty big way next several days. Take a look at what's going on now. Near 90 degrees or so for the weekend, but in the mid 90s or so, getting near the upper 90s coming up by Tuesday, Wednesday next week, with hot temperatures definitely on the pretty much staying with us, I should say. For the time being, for us here, the 70s currently to start off with, and the future temperatures, this is the air temperature what the thermometer reads, and by the time we get to noontime, near 90 degrees, and then we'll be in the 70s early tomorrow morning again, kind of repeating the same process for your day on Saturday, temperature-wise. Now the feel-like temperature, that's what we really need to concentrate on, because it takes the air temperature into consideration, in addition to the winds off of the Gulf and the humidity level in the air. Give you a real feel-like temperature to your body if you're outside for any length of time. By the time we get to 10 o'clock in the morning, not too long from now, we'll be in the mid to upper 90 feel-like temperature, topping 100 degrees. By 1 o'clock or so in the afternoon, 102 to 103 around the entire Crossroads region by this time. So it's still quite hot, so limit your outdoor activities if you can. Maybe a passing rain shower to cool you off. Then we'll start off tomorrow morning and late tonight and tomorrow morning into the 70s, of course. Like we have been this morning, that trend will continue. Hotter temperatures next week, very much so. Any more rain chances after today and tomorrow. We'll take a look at that later on in the full 7-day forecast coming up.
Happy 4th of July, everyone. Victoria Generals, they were on the road last night. They faced the Baton Rouge Rougarou. That was the top team in the Louisiana division. The Generals, they are currently right now, after that I saw, they lost the game 9-3. They didn't get the production that they wanted to because Rougarou player Blaze Priester had 3 RBIs in the game. So they're going to be back later tonight there versus the Rougarou, see if they can get some revenge on 4th of July before all those fireworks happen. Everyone gets excited for those. And now over to the Houston Astros. They had the last game of a 4-game series versus Colorado Rockies there yesterday. And Cam Smith had 3 RBIs to help the Astros out for the Rockies. They get big production from Dario Estrada. He had a 2-run shot in the first inning, and then he would single in the 7th inning and help the Rockies win there yesterday, 7-6. So the Astros are back later tonight there versus Los Angeles Dodgers. The game will start at 9:10 Central Time and then 7:10 Pacific. This is Max Williams, 25 News Now Sports.
President Trump says he will sign the big, beautiful bill into law today. ABC's Perry Russom is in Washington with more.
President Trump taking a victory lap in Iowa.
And tonight, here I am. Okay, promises count.
The motion is adopted.
After his big, beautiful bill passes through Congress, a major legislative win.
And in the last election, the people gave us a historic mandate to cut taxes, raise take-home pay, bring back jobs, stop the invasion, that horrible invasion.
The bill includes roughly $4 trillion in tax cuts, mostly for wealthy Americans, and there's new spending for immigration enforcement. It eliminates taxes on tips and overtime and cuts Biden-era clean energy initiatives. To pay for it all, it makes cuts to Medicaid, reducing food assistance for poor Americans. Some lawmakers angry the bill could add $3.4 trillion to the debt over the next decade, and the cuts to Medicaid could force nearly 12 million people to lose their insurance. The White House disputes those numbers. Democrats blasting the bill.
Shame on this institution if this bill passes.
Only 2 Republican congressmen voting no, Thomas Massie and Brian Fitzpatrick.
It wasn't beautiful enough for me to vote for it.
Trump says he will sign the bill today.
So we're signing at about 5 o'clock. And at about 5 o'clock, we're going to have B-2s and F-22s and F-35s flying right over the White House.
There are concerns about what the cuts to Medicaid mean for rural hospitals. One facility in Nebraska now closing in part because of those proposed cuts. Perry Russom, ABC News, Washington.
Now we take a look at local food handling inspections behind the menu. Each week, the Victoria County Public Health Department releases food preparation inspection reports. We want to show you how area establishments that serve food are doing. 7 eating places in Victoria have some issues. We show you those with more than 10 demerits. They include Surfing Crab Express with 32 demerits, Golden Corral with 25 demerits, Venturas Tamales on East Water Street with 21 demerits. Dragon Palace and Supermercados with 18 demerits each, China Bee with 13 demerits, and Casa Jalisco has 11 demerits. You can report any issues you find while eating out to the Victoria County Public Health Department. And 7 establishments that receive a perfect score include Sweets and Treats by Dive On In, Thera's Sorry Sorry Store, Victoria Shaved Ice Kona Ice, One and Tiny Sports Academy in Victoria, and in Cuero, the Cuero Country Club, Domino's Pizza and Subway had perfect scores. Several city offices and services are closed for the 4th of July holiday. Non-emergency offices will be closed today, including the Victoria Public Library and the compost site. But the landfill will remain open today, and all garbage, curbside recycling, yard waste pickups will remain as scheduled. The time is just about 6:47 on our Friday morning. Still to come on Sunrise, big changes could soon be coming to the Department of Homeland Security. All right, it's time to celebrate some birthdays. Happy birthday to Adriana. Happy 10th birthday to Adriana. We love you so much.
Happy birthday to Traquan. Happy birthday from your dad and the McNary Great 8.
And happy birthday to Desire. Happy birthday, Desire. Nene and Darren love you so much. Hope you enjoy your day.
Happy birthday to our Sunrise meteorologist, Parker Cox. All right. Happy birthday, Parker. Hope you have a great day.
And happy birthday to Jacob Lozano, another 25 News Now meteorologist. Hope you have a fantastic day as well.
And it's also Post Malone's birthday. The singer and rapper turns 30 today.
To see your birthday wish live on 25 News Now Sunrise, come to crossroadstoday.com. Click on the drop-down menu, then click the Home tab, and you'll see Submit Your Birthday Photo. The time now at 6:48 on our Friday morning. And happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
If you're celebrating one
If you're
today.
celebrating today, you have a happy birthday to you.
Or this weekend.
Or this weekend, or next week, or what have you. We'll be right back. Good morning. Tree Mining here, and a few rain showers, very light rain at best, around northern Victoria County, southern parts of DeWitt County, south of Cuero, near Thomaston area, Mission Valley, and over toward Goliad and Karnes City and Yorktown. So not anything too heavy out there. The heavy stuff is still in the western part of the state and also in the hill country. Our forecast here calls for partly cloudy skies throughout the day, with just hit and miss in the rain shower department here and there. A very brief rain shower maybe over your neighborhood, just a few minutes or so, because it's very small. They move through quickly and give you a little bit of rainfall. Then, of course, back to warm and humid conditions after that. Kind of the case is going to be going for your day today through the weekend. It's going to hit and miss rain showers in the daytime heat, and heat's definitely going to be increasing in the next couple of days after the weekend, especially. Take a look at that here momentarily. And Victoria, plan your Friday. Scattered rain showers throughout the day. It's a very small hit and miss showers throughout the day. High temperature in there, 90 degrees. Heat index value above 100 degrees by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Extended forecast for us. Independence Day, 20% chances. We have that currently. And this pattern will continue through the weekend. Notice the temperature is one I want you to notice and pay attention to. In the mid to upper 90s, getting near 100-degree mark coming up by Thursday next week, with the dangerous heat anticipated at that time with drier conditions. Lows in the 70s, make it a great Independence Day and a great weekend.
The U.S. job market showed resilience in June, according to new numbers released Thursday. The Bureau of Labor Statistics reported payrolls were up by 147,000 for the month. It's more than 35,000 higher than analysts expected. The figure was helped by an increase of 73,000 jobs in state and local government hiring, particularly in education-related jobs. Federal government jobs, which are still feeling the impact of cuts from DOGE, fell by 7,000. The Department of Homeland Security is preparing to cut 75% of its staff tasked with developing and sharing threat intelligence with state and local partners. The source says this will reduce the Office of Intelligence and Analysis by about 750 people. DHS says it's removing redundant roles for those working on non-critical programs. Some Democratic lawmakers warn these cuts could create dangerous and unnecessary security gaps. Still to come on Sunrise, news to know before you go. More homes burn overnight in California, the issue happening nationwide. One woman was critically injured Thursday night in a fireworks-related fire that burned multiple homes in Los Angeles. The LA Fire Department said it involved active fireworks inside a detached garage. More than 100 firefighters spent nearly an hour putting out the fire, which damaged at least 4 homes. Multiple agencies are now investigating. The U.S. has lifted its chip restrictions on China. The top 3 chip design software companies said the Commerce Department notified them that the May export curbs were rescinded. This follows a new trade deal finalized last week in London. Under the deal, the U.S. lifted chip software export curbs, and China agreed to approve rare earth mineral exports to the U.S. New fiber optic lines are providing communication and radar data at the air traffic control facility at New Jersey's Newark Liberty International Airport. The move was triggered by 3 telecommunications outages in April and May at a facility in Philadelphia, which handles flights approaching or departing Newark Airport. Each time, controllers lost radar and radio contact with flights for up to 90 seconds. And here are some local 4th of July celebrations. At 3:30 p.m., Victoria Community Center will host a car show, inflatables, food trucks, live music, and fireworks starting at 9:30 p.m. And for those wanting to be closer to nature, Patriot Park opens at 8 p.m. and opens until midnight for personal fireworks with Quail Creek Volunteer Fire Department on standby. Please keep the park clean. A South Texas grand jury this week reportedly indicted 9 people for vote harvesting in a sprawling investigation led by AG Ken Paxton that has targeted Latino Democrats in the state. You can read the story by the Texas Tribune on CrossroadsToday.com. And we want to invite y'all to experience our new digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, and Android TV. Just search for Crossroads Today Plus. And now let's get a look at our forecast, but we also want to remind you about our generator giveaway. It's still active. Just go to crossroadstoday.com to learn more.
Exactly, yes. And you'll be needing that potentially if hurricane strikes or issue with the power. Good to have that. So sign up today. You never know, you may win it. 20% chance of rain today, Independence Day. Highs near 90 degrees, so definitely hot on the outside. We'll keep this trend going, isolated to scattered rain showers right on through the next several days through the weekend and the next week. Notice the temperatures go from 90 to the upper 90s or so, near 100 degrees for Wednesday and Thursday next week. So the heat's definitely going to be on at that time with a triple-digit heat index value well above 105 by that time as well. So hot this afternoon, though, maybe a rain shower to cool you off, but be mindful of the heat and the chance of rain today.
All right, Trey, thank you so much for filling in this week.
Glad to.
We've really enjoyed having you.
Enjoyed seeing y'all too.
And we hope that y'all get to enjoy the newscast this evening with Shauna Maclovio and Max for 25 News Now at 5, 6, and 10. Happy 4th of July. Stay safe out there.